Mr. Stephen Agla, Eugenia Sintimedi, Bishop Samuel Mensah, Hajiman Joseph, I see you. Oye ina fienya, Kofi Mensah in Osu. Please waiting for the ritual. Mr. Stay listening from Community 12. Ezekiel Bading, listening from Manfe. Greetings to Osaberima. Greetings to Sami Ayim Ayuku. Greetings to Charlotte Ayim Ayuku. Haruki, listening from Hacho. Esther Yoku, I see you. Kwesi Selassie, I see you. Mr. Collins Ako, I see you. In Gulf City, Tony Carnation. From Gnungwa, Lennox Ado, I see you. Ashley Laurentia in Nungwa. Eugenia Sintimedi, there you are. Arnold Nino Gento, KO from Dansuman. Wisdom in Osu, I see you. Greetings to Mr. George Mooney, Mr. Frank Achute, and Mr. John Mensah Banafa. Chayoku. Esther Yoku, I see you. Nana Madukia, I see you. Evans Bediako, good evening. Welcome back to the show. Douglas from DC. It has been ages. Linda in Osu. I'm here with Newman from Mile 7. Newman Yamiche from Mile 7. He says I'm doing the listening. Playtime is over. We start the way we start. Until the lions have their own historians, the tales of hunting would always glorify the hunter. And you know, I'll say that again. I said, until the lions have their own historians, the tales of hunting would always glorify the hunter. Hello and welcome to the most opinionated hour on radio and the nation's thought-provoking hour. I am Nana Ansah Kwao IV, Chief of the Little Republic of Akwemu Edumasa. And I say, thank God it's Monday. Another wonderful opportunity for us to meet up, to perform one of radio's finest ritual, one of radio's most important ritual, a very unique radio talk show by far. A radio show devoid of insult, yet we hit as hard as they can. We drive our point as aggressive as we can. But we mind our language. Every Monday at this time, set your clock, set your alarms, and tune in to join us only on Joy 99.7 FM. Welcome to the ritual I call That's My Opinion. So, folks, at this point, I'll say let us all gather and make truth good. Our topic today, playtime is over. Agrona wo yeniso ache. Playtime is over. Folks, as we celebrate Ghana Month, it's only fair, folks, that we dig deep into our ancestry for morals and wisdom. I know all too often we go through our books, the library, churches, mosques, to find morals and wisdom, but believe you me, it comes from the ancestry from where you come from. And at this time, it's only fair that we go back there to find our morals and our wisdom. Now, I understand our current difficulty or our current predicament of the adopted negative alien practices which have become our culture. We have now claimed ownership of them, and we turn around and condemn ourselves and bash ourselves and hate ourselves for the very things that was not ours, but now we have tied it around our neck like a noose. So I understand the difficulty. Yet still, it's only difficult. It's only bent, but not broken. which means it can't be fixed. Folks, we have departed so far from who we are to the extent that we are unable to stop any misfortune from repeating itself on us. It's impossible. Something happens to us today, we'll relive it, it will come next week, next month. We are unable to stop it. Folks, we have lost all sense of shame and have absolutely no guilt as a people, and we are paying a hefty price. And I mean, we are paying, we now look ridiculous. And time after time, you get foreign diplomats who diplomatically would say that, you are stooping too low, and that's how come you've been trampled upon. Chinese came to tell us that when we travel here, we don't know where gold is, we don't know where your rivers are, implying that you are the very people who take us to the gold and the rivers to go and destroy it. This is not the only country with rivers and gold. How come the Chinese go to these other towns and don't behave like that, but when they come here, they do? It begins, we allow it. We have lost all sense of shame and guilt. Very recently, the Germans are telling us that, Jack, you are broke. You are asking me to go and step in as a guarantor, yet you are living larger than I am. This, if you were to find one word for it, it would be a very, very nasty word. But thank God for English. You can go all the way around and avoid the insult, but read between the meaning. But Joe, you live larger than I am. I'm riding a bicycle. You are sitting in a V8 and you are telling me riding a bicycle to go and tell somebody that they should dare forgive you. They would rather dare forgive me on the bicycle. Can you imagine if they had said this in one word? It would have been very nasty. So folks, playtime is over. And we need to and must at all costs save ourselves by just going back to the Ghanaians, where once upon a time almost every culture, tradition of a people have an oath they take to make sure that a calamity that befell them would never repeat itself. The spirit of never again. That's being Ghanaian. The fear of shame coming on you, that's being Ghanaian. And we must, at all costs, save ourselves. Folks, currently we are at the stage where, if you follow the annoyance of the fly, you will bruise your own wounds. And I'm afraid that's where we are now. Because we are a people and we are looking at the posturing of the state and we are thinking, something, once I'll smash it. And if we're not careful, we will bruise ourselves. And in future, we will all come back and pay for it. If we don't find a fine line of saving ourselves, we will come back and pay for it bitterly. But I'll come back to that issue. But let me divert a little, then come back. This is also another issue on the heart. Folks, the issue of road tolls. Are we seriously going to fix the dilapidated structures dotted around? To start collecting money? Building up traffic? I don't think any Ghanaian is against road tolling. Usually, sometimes when you're talking about road tolling and stuff, you get the transport owners, they will come and kick against it and say, but this time, everyone you interview says, yes, road tolling should come because we believe we need the money. In fact, I have always thought that the road toll fee was a bit too low. If indeed you want good roads with good maintenance, then I thought 50 pesos was, Charlie, was a joke, considering the cost they tell us of how it is the roads get fixed. But I guess maybe that wasn't the motive. The motive wasn't to fix the road. So maybe and why do I say that? Folks, the last figure that came out for fixing and expanding the motorway was around $517 million. That was just expanding the motorway, 19 kilometers, three here, or something like that. Yeah, 3 lanes going, 3 lanes coming. $517 million. Folks, if I multiply just simply by 12 Ghana cedis, that's like 6.2 trillion Ghana cedis. That's a lot of cedis. Folks, if we are collecting about, let's say, 60,000 cedis a day as toll, when are we looking at paying up, let alone maintaining? Because, folks, by my simple calculation, you're looking about 283 years to finish paying off such a loan based on this sort of tolls. What's the lifespan on the road? What's the moratorium on the loan? Folks, playtime is over. Enough of the rhetorics and the slogans. Let's pause, because time now. The speed with which the world is leaving us behind reminds me of what Efrimamu said. The whole world is leaving you behind. If you haven't seen it, have you not also heard? The psalmist goes further to say, listen, if you study, if you seek for knowledge, you'll find it. And if you take a step, you would inch forward. And I think that's where we are now. Even if we haven't traveled abroad, thank God for information. We have seen and heard what they are doing. And the last line, it is a taboo for the black man to live with shame. Either yourself or your family or your community or your country, it is a taboo. To leave Ghana and go to China to go and beg them, say, it is a shame. This is it. Fly out there. Why? Because we've blown all our money. Folks, playtime is over. When government changes, and I'm sure you see it is in the news, it's not secret. Broad daylight. Party faithfuls would literally and physically rush and attack the attendants under the rule of it is now our turn to collect. Yes, as soon as government change and it moves to the next party, the party faithfuls would literally, physically come to the toll booths and drive the people out and just hop in and start collecting money. I mean, how does it work? Is it not a company collecting the money and therefore it goes into a particular bank account, or does that? I don't know how the system is. It tells you it tells you party faithfuls will literally and physically rush and attack attendants under the rule of it's our turn. And truly, folks, governments only get about a third of the monies that are collected. About a third. In Kaini, gone. Nobody knows where it is. It's not accounted for. So what are they bringing the tolls back for? Just for toll's sake, so that party faithfuls will get their cut and then build up of traffic, and then fried plantain chips will also get some trade. What is the toll for? Because surely 78 million is what we are told the state get based on all the old rates, 78 million cities. Of all the monies they collect, 78 million. Here we are being swallowed by deplorable roads everywhere. Okay? As soon as you get off the main roads, you're in trouble. So we need a road fixing revolution. Folks, currently probably about 1.2 million cars. If we are made to pay the 100 cedis on top of our roadworthy, bigger vehicles obviously pay a bit more. Foreign cars entering the borders pay much more, probably on a monthly or weekly basis. And those with DV plates, which has now become a fashion, I don't understand. They actually ribbit the plate onto the car, telling you, say, "Enyadia or baby DV plate in there." These are some of the incentives. Double it for them. Double it. It will incentivize them to probably think, instead of paying all these monies on road tolls, why don't I just register the car? Because police are always complaining about unregistered cars using for crime and driving rough. And so these are some of the incentives to get them to register their car so you can make money. It will bring about, less hassle, less traffic. You can consolidate the money more and embark on a proper road fixing revolution. So not necessarily just the motorway or just the toll roads, but all roads can come under this, and you can mitigate it, find cheaper ways in which roads are built because they exist in this world. Agrona Dawson. Folks, the issue then becomes, if we are able to pay through the road tax system or roadworthy system, if we're able to pay this money, which is now properly consolidated, do we even trust these people that they would then use it for the roads so that we see roads being lit up, street lights working? Because as soon as those things happen, people are happy and willing and ready to pay. And that's always been the bane. But I believe we've played a lot. And playtime is definitely over. Playtime is definitely over. Folks, since 2006, as far back 2006, once a week, give and take a few breaks and holidays, I come on air with a topic. And it could be about anything: tradition, culture, religion, politics, governance, policies. Folks, apart from sports, and I've always apologized to my listeners, I really wish, I could do a bit of football, but just a game no crab. I could do a bit of football. It would be a good topic to sometimes, come and discuss. Maybe I have to do some research on football. That's why you tuning in, never hear me talking about it, because I just have no passion for it, and I'm just not knowledgeable in that field at all. So, you have to forgive me. So apart from sports, I think practically we deal with any issue, no matter how sensitive. But one accusation that I guess, quite often is you talk, then what? Something that I've been listening to you from when you started on Thursday. Something I was listening to you when I was in Legon. Good old Malik started listening to the show when he was in SHS, went to Legon, finished Legon, is now with Gridco, and still tunes in. But then what? There are a few who think I should run for president. And I'm sure I'm guaranteed about 3 votes if I do. Say, running for president, 3 votes in India. I never get 0 there. But I think the call to do something is not misplaced. Why kasa, why criticize it? You've punched, poked, everyone else. What else is to be done? There's some who even calls it, hit the road. But last week I expressed disappointment about the state using money for children to go and march past what exactly I don't know. Because everything worthy to be marched past does not belong to Ghanaians. Everything that we own that was really rich to march past has been sold. And yet they went to march past, falling in the sun, collapsing from heat strokes. And I was complaining, why didn't we use that to provide desks and chairs, since the same state is saying that there are about 2.3 million pupils who don't have tables and chairs in their classrooms. There's a 2.3 million shortage. So folks, soon I will be reaching out. Soon I'll be reaching out to you. I'll be reaching out to churches, to mosques, to banks, to corporations, to professional bodies. I'll be reaching out to all Ghanaians that we should all chip in and start buying our children the deprived schools who just sit on the block, right on the floor, something, just a desk and a chair. Chicha makra or desk and chair to sit on. And I know it's a good cause. So far, a few people I've spoken to think, Nana, it's a marvelous idea, because if we say we're going to sit down and wait for the state because state agita, these are the same kids who are going to grow up and come back as tyrants, and all we have to do is just keep increasing our walls. For those of you who are younger, when we were young, walls were very short. We used to have literally perforated blocks so that people could actually see what's happening in the house. Now the perforation have been plastered off, the walls have been continued, and we started with the glass bottles and then the metal spikes. Now we have electric wires. I don't know how far we can go again, but we seem to have hit the limit. And so we must all contribute to make sure that at least one or two people who are not directly under our response will come out okay. Because the okay they are, the okay we shall also be. So I'll be reaching out very soon. We'll get the price of the chairs and the desk, get all the logistics in place so that we know that when you donate X amount, you get X amount of tables and chairs to be given to, school B or school A or school wherever they are in the country. Folks, it's 0302 216 541. Hello, and who's talking to me?
Hello, Nana. Good evening. Thank God for keeping you.
Jiman Joseph. I know.
Yes, sir. Sometimes I could see that you should have been a pastor rather than a chief. Because you speak the truth for everybody to hear, to understand. And if the government of Ghana always blame the economic hardship on COVID, where did the COVID start? The COVID started from China. And if those Chinese who were suffering from COVID, we are going to beg money from them, then what are we trying to do? We are living large in our country, but we are going to beg for money. And for all you know, even if Chinese are going to listen to us, it will be on condition. Back to the issue of the road tolls. I am happy you said that people are willing to pay how much, because we believe they will develop the roads for us. Some of the drivers normally say that driving a very good vehicle on a bad road is even worse than driving an old vehicle on a very good road. And I also thank you for acknowledging the fact that the tolls that they collect, how much goes to the government? Master, people are at their corner putting some inside. Because the road toll is not a matter of once. If you cut it once for the whole day, you are good to go. But every minute when you pass it onto the road, you have to pay. And look at the number of years they've started collecting road tolls, and our roads have not been developed. Nana, we have the resources, but we cannot manage them. How can somebody forgive us our debt when we live large? God bless you, Nana.
God bless you too, my brother. This one says, good idea, Nana. And the most important thing is to put a plan together to see your idea through. Most of all, we could have been transparent and accountable for every penny that comes and is spent. This is Kwame Jantua. And Kwame, Dr. Drew Sign is on board. Martin Pebu is on board. So I'm co-opting you. You're also on board. Yeah, this desk and chair for a child thing. Kwame Jantua, you're on board. Definitely. I'll call you right after. Hello, who's talking to me? Hello?
Yes, hello.
Yes, sir. I can hear you. Who's talking to me, please?
Good. My name is Kojo. I'm calling from Kolebu.
Kojo, let me hear
you. You made a very good point regarding the road tolls. Now, if we are charged at the onset, perhaps from our roadworthy or when you are registering a vehicle, it takes the hassle away from people sitting in kiosks and collecting money. It takes the hassle away from the traffic and all those things. I know the technocrats are quite smart. So why are we trying to reinvent the wheel?
I don't know.
That is my point.
Thank you very much, too. And Kwame Frimpong Opoku, I see you, brother. Good evening to you. Dr. Cynthia Tego, I see you there. And hello, who's talking to me?
Nana.
Yes, sir.
Good evening.
Good evening.
It's your friend Butros.
Let me hear you, my brother.
Well, I've been listening to you, and I think that we always complain about the ills of society and all of that. I'm also happy that you have taken upon beyond the complaining, you've taken upon yourself to do this thing. But I think that you are just an individual. How much effort can you do to ameliorate the conditions of our society? So I think that you should rather channel on two faces. But I know that you are very close to the government. Why is it that all the complaints that you do, you don't channel it to the appropriate quarters? So that since you are very close to the government, things will be resolved easier. And then two, another angle is that I'm expecting that you work on people's mindset. That like this project that you are doing, let people accept that it's a good thing that you have to do, and then let everybody. So when you are doing it, other people are also doing it, and I think it will. But you alone, I don't think it will really have any major effect. That's my opinion.
Well, thank you very much for that opinion. And yes, and I hope that once it starts, it doesn't become like it's Ansah Kwao's project, but it's a national project. So I'm doing it. CTFM is doing it. Star FM is doing it. Peace FM is doing it. We're talking 3 million shares. Where am I going to take 3 million shares from? And how can I reach all these people? So if like you're saying, it's true. If we are able to just own it as as a national thing, as a Christmas thing, Christmas in Ubiadia, Bibisa. Why not? Hello, who's talking to me?
Hello, Nana.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm also Nana.
Oh, good.
Okay, so you see what you just said there. There's also a way of mobilizing funds very easily. Check this. You generate a system whereby it's displayed and ask every Ghanaian to give you 1 Ghana cedi. It's displayed. If you get 1 million people to give you 1 cedi, how much money is that? 1 million Ghana cedis is displayed. When you take some out, it's there. I've taken this out. This is what we've bought. This is the result. This is what we'll be able to solve with this amount of money from this fund. And you'll be amazed that it will keep running and it will keep running and it will keep running. Nana, I keep saying, I've said it on this show countless times, Nana, the solution to our lack of state funds is not pushing in more money to government, Nana. If we should give the government 1 billion euros every month, they will still misuse it and they will come back to tell us that we don't pay enough money, enough tax. Nana, when we are talking about mobilizing more funds, taxes, we always leave out how the state misuse funds, Nana. It's a big problem. But we seem not to be talking about it enough. When this thing was coming around, the finance minister was going around again using state fund, wasting it, promising us that he will be accountable with it. Ever since they started mobilizing those funds, has he ever done that before? Now I'm asking you, has he ever done that before? Has he ever accounted to the people of Ghana that this is the amount of money we've gotten and this is how much we've used it for? This is what we've used it for. Has he ever done that before? This is where we are. We take all the state resources, all state money to a group of people, and when they mess it up, we I don't know. Tell you, what's you? This constitution, we have to look at it again, so that if a president is in power or surrender to a queen, we are able to take him on. This law should not protect these people. It's enough, and we should look at this, the kind of people we put in parliament, because they are part of the problem. If you want reform, we want the constitution amended. If they are the same people who work on it. If they are not willing, we won't achieve anything. It's frustrating on me. The little tax that I pay, Nana, and when I meet you being can be because the little that I'm paying, me we are taxed for street lights and traffic lights. You should look at our state. Look at the state in this country. So static and equine Nana, static and equine this so me media Charlie kitchen and no media be can be because the kitchen and you are not making me see the worth of it. Yes, so you keep coming back to me and you want more and you are showing less for it. So you are demanding more from me. Yes, so you are showing less for it. Good evening, Nana.
Good evening to you, my brother. Hello, and who's talking to me?
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah, Nana, my name is Nana. I'm calling from Tema.
Okay, let me hear.
You know, I always say until recently, when you see that people, somebody is MD for here, minister for this, you realize that they are not so special. The brain that they have, it is the same thing that you people are discussing issues on radio. Look, let us be very frank. When you consider the time that they even closed the motorway, that is about a year ago, am I right? Mm-hmm. I can tell you for a fact that they should do the costing from that time to today, the money that they could have gotten, at least small repairs on the motorway, they could have used even that money to do that repairs. You drive on the motorway now and it is a dead trap. Mm-hmm. The least mistake, you go off from the road. On several occasions, we those who use the road regularly, when you are on the motorway, you can see that it is not safe. Then you have the audacity just one day you tell Ghanaians that I've taken away road tolls. Who forced you to do that? This is the country in which we find ourselves in now.
Playtime is definitely over. 0302216541. Hello, who's talking to me?
Yeah, this is Joe from Tema.
Joe, let me hear you.
Kaka Nation addresser, State of the Nation addresser, was a offended. Motor rider would do traffic light or respective traffic light. It's the State of the Nation.
No, I don't. I think. I don't know what you're talking to. 0302216541. Good evening, Nana. That's a good idea. But are you sure the government won't frustrate this action? Because I remember a friend who was sacked as a result of doing a similar thing for deprived kids in his school. I'm interested, civilian major from University of Education, Winneba. Oh, we should. I'm sure we will try. We will make it happen. Hello, who's talking to me?
Yeah, good evening, Nana.
Hello, good evening.
Yeah, this is Kezia.
Kezia, let me hear you.
Yes, I've been following your program.
Thank you.
Nana, on my way there, I know your thing. Because you know that even majority of Ghanaians are even paying double tax. Workers are paying NHIA. If you come to the market, everything you buy to, you are paying NHIA. And now look at how the facilities, the health facilities, are always fighting with the government to even get their money being paid. So, say, you make another tax. Very sad.
No,
Because
Kezia, this tax way whether you pay it at the registration stage, you still pay it, because when you get to the toll, you have to pay it. So it's like a convenient way of paying this tax. So it's not like an extra tax, because you're always paying 50 cedis. Oh, sorry. No, I'm not calling for extra tax. So I'm just saying, sir. I mean, once you get to the toll booth, you pay. You have to pay when you get to the toll booth. But the queues and queues and queues for you to just get the opportunity to pay, for some party faithful to even take the money and go away because it do yes or no. I'm just saying, when you're going to renew your road tax or your roadworthy, it's just an element added on top. Now, wasumaju. So when you get there, you just drive on, and we're just hoping that that money will be consolidated and used properly. Hello, who's talking to me?
Yeah, hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Yes, my name is Omuzumu from Dawabe.
Let me hear you, my brother.
You see, what my sister was saying is wrong. Mm-hmm. If we say that we pay tax and we don't know what they use their money for, so we shouldn't pay tax, then it's wrong. You understand? Mm-hmm. My brother,
yeah.
If you look at the people who pay tax, about the population, the whole 30 million population of Ghana, we have about just 10% who pay direct tax. Mm-hmm. Who pay direct tax? All other people, those who sell, those who carry and sell, those who sell at the roadside, and those who sell inside traffic and all other places, they don't pay tax. They don't pay tax. Yet we expect the government to build hospitals, to build schools, mm-hmm. to construct roads, to maintain or to enhance the NHIS, to do a lot of things. We are expecting a lot of things from the government. Yet we don't pay tax. Okay. It looks as if those who are working, the civil servants, the civil service, local government, and other government agents, the few people who are working within those cycles are paying tax. And then some individuals, and then some few companies are paying tax. Even the companies, majority of them dodge their tax. I'm telling you, a lot of people dodge tax and pay some few amount.
You see,
So if you want the country, if you want things to work as we want, then we have to pay tax. If you are selling ice water, you work on the road, you have to go to hospital, your daughter, your child, or your sister, your brother must go to school. And therefore, all those things, it is money that we used to do. And so, let's all make the point that we are all paying tax. And when we pay the tax, well, and I also urge the government, some part too, we will blame the government, because government, when we pay the tax, that is when they will know the capacity building, a lot of committees, and then they will use the money just like that without using it for the right purpose. So the government, that part too, the government must see to it. My brother, thank you so very much.
Thank you very much. I mean, maybe they don't pay income tax, but one way or the other, everybody's taxed some way, somehow. They may not pay like, the ice water seller coming to say, look, I made 1,000 cedis, therefore I'm going to pay 250 cedis out of my tax. But I'm sure they collect, they take these stamps and stuff that, they pay. May not be enough, but maybe we can't just say they don't pay tax. Hello, who's talking to me?
Hello, good evening, Nana.
Hi.
My name is Evelyn from Dome.
Evelyn, let me hear you.
Yes. Nana?
Yes.
Unfortunately, I don't agree with the last caller.
Uh-huh.
He's accusing people of not paying tax. If there are systems in place, mm-hmm. people will pay their taxes. I don't know whether he's expecting the ice water seller, like you are saying, after he or she is done, then he will pick a car to wherever and go and account without even knowing how much he has to pay or not, So let's put the systems in place, and then the taxes will be paid. Now, back to the road toll issue. We were here in Ghana overnight. We went to sleep, we woke up, and then road tolls were scrapped without any thorough thought into the decision. Now, back and forth is coming back. Nana, I so agree with you that if this road toll can be channeled into some other forms, like you are saying, for us to avoid forming those queues, creating a lot of traffic, and sometimes people being even hit, or these people who are selling are being hit by cars and stuff. I think it's a good way to go. Find a way of putting it into this roadworthy and stuff. And the government should be able to, we should be able to trust them that they are going to use these collections for the development of this country. We are sick and tired of paying taxes here and there without seeing any tangible thing from it. Every development in this country, we have had to go for loans. Nana, even the little thing that I have seen, I saw a 7-kilometer stretch road that we've gone for farms from outside the country. 7 kilometers.
Wow.
And I'm like, this is ridiculous. This is ridiculous.
It definitely is. Definitely is. Can you imagine 7 kilometers? 7 kilometers. I can walk it in 45 minutes. Hello, who's talking to me?
Good evening, if you can hear me.
I can hear you loud and clear. Who am I talking to?
Okay, my name is Ebenezer. I'm calling from Cape Coast.
Ebenezer, let me hear you.
Nana, the things which happen in this country, they are beyond amusement. Okay? We don't seem to know the value of time. Nana, time is money. Time is money. And I don't think that fact is known in our parts of the world. Why pay road tolls when every year at the Public Accounts Committee sittings, people go and speak in tongues, in strange language that you don't understand? If it is not thievery, it is misappropriation. If it is not misappropriation, it is financial irregularity or misapplication or something else. You know? If you calculate the amount that has been stolen since December 1993, when the first Auditor General's report went to Parliament under the Fourth Republic, we could probably loan money to the China we are going to beg. So there is something wrong somewhere. There is something wrong somewhere. Let me leave it here.
And I thank you so much for listening, and thank you so much for even calling. Happy birthday to Professor Emeritus Kofi Asare Opoku. 90th birthday last Friday. Absolutely wonderful. He says the concept of, say, Ubenia to 17 is somebody else's concept. Don't make it your concept. 90 and still going strong. Happy birthday to Apeku Sankufi. All the great and wonderful guys are born in March, you know. But as I said, this Easter, all roads lead to Edumasa. It's the Adonko Adum Kokonte Party. Probably the only town that's created a festival out of Kokonte. Oh yes, the only Kokonte festival, probably in West Africa. All you have to do is just bring your asanka. There's going to be pots and pots and pots of soup, including pepper, like pepper for eating kenke. Kokonte meko. The atmosphere is electrifying, and you should see the custom. When the kokonte is ready, they will come for me from the palace. And there are tens and hundreds of people, everybody carrying their asanka. And we all walk to the Deba ground where the kokonte party starts. And I have never seen any food that brings so much joy into people than kokonte. It just electrifies everything. As soon as you say kokonte, everybody is just electrified. Even people who don't eat kokonte just get excited about kokonte. It is the most exciting festival this Easter. So all roads leads to Edumasa this Easter. For those of you who have been all curious, our Republic Ikra away. Republic Ikra away. Well, this is your opportunity. I want to say thank you to the Peninsula Resort. Thank you to Adonko. Thank you to Angel TV, Adom FM, Adom TV. Even My Joy Online is on board. Now, come on, if My Joy Online is following Kukuntina, so we say, if My Joy Online is following Kukunti, then it's a seminal ayekese. Kukuntini abenkwai, kukuntini nkatenkwai, kukuntini meko. So this guy queues up right now. This is not Dumasa. He queues up. I in Kumasi somewhere. He goes on to buy his kukunti. You know, queues up. He says, just little money. So he buys his kukunti, big kukunti, and some small meat. And then the woman says, do you want okra? I said, madam, why would I have queued up all this time? I said, not come back to kukunti here. Oh, mami Nkrumah say. So yes, there will be Nkrumah. Who knows? Those of you who haven't seen me personally, yeah, you get a chance to see me personally too. Maxwell Agbagba has lined up to give you the news bulletin. Kofi Hayford, obviously by now we have some redemption songs for us while we are figuring out what's happening to us. The birthday boy Abeku-san Kofi was on the ones and twos. Until the Lions have their own historians, the tales of hunting would always glorify the hunter. My name is Nana Ansah Kwao IV. God willing, next Monday, we'll be back to do this all over again.